turnovers, 4 consecutive. Charlotte hasn't been able to take advantage. You had the Rozier miss. You had P.J. Washington airballing a 3. Still an 11-point game. Here is Graham. And he will send it inside as Bridges lays it up and in with the left hand. Thunder just need to get this ball up the floor. As coming up to help there is Horford. Now Baisley. And finally, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is fouled. So these great learning lessons here, Mike, closing out a game, first game of the season. These critical minutes, you got a team whose chances of coming back are essentially on the line by execution. And a couple more fouls to give here for Charlotte before the Thunder in the bonus.
Right. And this is smart basketball. Just make them foul you. They have to foul you.
Almost a 5-second call. There's another turnover. Rozier hard, and it's Dort with a foul. As the Thunder are having a hard time executing the finish here on the road. It very nearly was a 5-second call. The Thunder do have timeouts possibly used there. You see the frustration on the face of George Hill and just throwing that pass away, which led to the run out. And so Rozier back to the line. And it's time for tonight's Thunder Player of the Game, brought to you by Riverwind Casino. And it's George Hill, 13-year veteran. And what a third quarter he had. A lot of the work there, particularly those 4 threes, Mike, came when the Thunder were making that third quarter run. 20 points. And see if the Thunder can execute here. Simple execution will result in a W. Hill gets across the timeline. All kinds of pressure by Charlotte out behind that 3-point line.
And this is what you want to do. Just burn a little time off the clock. Play the free throw shooting game. And you got to remember, this team has never been in this situation before. George Hill, Al Horford, yes. Shai, yes. But Dort with these, you know, and Baisley with these 5 guys, I mean, you've got a little bit of house money you've been playing with, but it's quickly drying up here. 39.2 seconds remaining.
So Hill, an excellent free throw shooter, can pretty much put a bow on this one.
And just finish the game, right? Make the Hornets burn time off the clock. And
as Hill goes 1 out of 2. Charlotte's got to move quickly. Graham, contested, high arcing 3 is good. And the Thunder with a 5-point lead here with 33 seconds. SGA will get bumped and fouled. And so the Thunder, some choppy waters here into the final 2 minutes of this game. And these are closing time experiences that the Thunder will be able to learn from, move forward with. As Charlotte has not capitulated here. Under 2 minutes to go. First free throw there by SGA is good. So every point important with 31.4 seconds left.
And give the Hornets credit. They've done a good job of just slowing this game down to a snail's pace.
And again, 1 out of 2. So 6-point Thunder lead. Bridges has another look and another make. And it's a 1-possession game with 24 seconds left. The Thunder just not wanting to close this game out. Leaving even the slightest bit of wiggle room here. The window remains open. As Charlotte with back-to-back threes. Bridges the latest there to make it a 1-possession game. So these free throws where SGA just went 1 out of 2 become important.
And Charlotte's done a good job not letting any time go off that clock as well. As Shai misses the first of 2 free throws.
Well, that's 5 turnovers and 3 missed free throws. As SGA again splits the pair at the line. It's a 2-possession game with 22.8. But a game that should have been put away is all of a sudden seeing some tenser moments. Another 3 attempt, and that one is good. And so the Hornets continue to fire and hit, and it's a 1-point game as Bridges, the latest to fuel this Charlotte comeback. Timeout called by Oklahoma City. Let's take a look at tonight's OG&E power play of the game. And how about Teo Maladone? Beautiful feed. Mike Muscala locates the rim. And then return the favor. It was Muscala. That time the purveyor giving it right back to Maladone. Those are two separate plays. And that was in the second half. And all of a sudden, Oklahoma City needing to execute with very little room for error as we immediately get the foul. Hayward bear-hugging SGA from behind, but SGA has missed two critical free throws here. Is 2 for 4 the last couple of trips down, and this becomes very important, Mike, because you obviously want to make both to make it a three-point game.
Yeah, and the Hornets, you know, give them credit, man. They found a way to get back in this ball game when this game was all but decided at the 2-minute mark. That's why in NBA games, it ain't over till it's over. And they've done a good job of scoring efficiently without a whole lot of time going off that clock. Now this is really, you know, a big free throw as well as a big possession for the Thunder, not allowing any more threes from the Hornets.
Two big makes there for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Miles Bridges has been the one that's been making the threes. He's got another look in the corner, and Bridges ties this game at 107 on his third three. And you see the emotion there, and we are tied with 9.7 left, Mike, and he's the one that's been firing and hitting here for the Hornets, fueling the comeback. And the Thunder all of a sudden have to shift the attention here to a final offensive possession.
And you know, he's been wide open as well on that penetration that time. Still knocking it down. Boy, what a big basket. He has knocked down one big shot after another.
Well, Mike, it's an 18-5 run by Charlotte here over the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And so the Thunder will have to draw up an offensive play here after having what was a commanding lead just a couple of moments ago. And this has all happened in the last minute 50 seconds. You see the sort of the stunned faces there of the Thunder players as this game was all but wrapped up.
Well, you got 9.7 seconds left. The Hornets can't foul. You know that. You have plenty of time to run a play and get a shot going to the basket. All you need is 2 points. At this point in the ball game.
Well, if you're Charlotte, why not put a little pressure? That's what you've been employing here the entire second half. I should say the entire last 2 minutes. SGA's got to move quickly, gets across the timeline, puts a move on, steps back, shot on the way is good. SGA regains the lead for the Thunder at the perfect time on a little step back jumper with 1.4 seconds left.
Talk about a big basket. He's made several tonight, folks. Has struggled in his closing minutes, but coming up big right now. Didn't try to force it. Boy, he got it backpedaling and just stopped on a dime and posed for it.
It wasn't a three. It wasn't a drive. Might have caught Martin off balance. And what a smooth stroke there from SGA. And you know he wants to redeem himself, Mike, after those missed free throws that did keep the door just ajar for Charlotte, and a little redemption shot for SGA, and it came at the perfect time, and it gives the Thunder the 2-point lead.
And that's what good players do. That's what good players do in this league. They make plays. You know, you have to play this game sometimes, folks, as I always say, like a riverboat gambler, and have a short memory and just continue to play to the next possession. You know, you saw what that next possession was for number 2 in white.
Boy, the vacillating emotions here in this late fourth quarter. Just when the Thunder thought they had it locked up, Charlotte with the comeback, tied at 107. Now SGA gives the Thunder the lead. And now 1.4 seconds for Charlotte to work with, and that is the man that has tormented Oklahoma City here over the last couple of minutes thanks to 3 threes. Miles Bridges. And if you're Charlotte, you got options, of course, with Rozier, Graham, Hayward, all advanced into the front court. It'll be Baisley to defend the basketball as Hayward will trigger it in.
Well, you got an extra man on the floor. You want to lock up the 4 players for the Hornets, much the way they did you on several inbound plays, and force them to throw the ball in the backcourt.
Baisley will defend the basketball. Hayward can't get it in. Charlotte, no timeouts. Rozier lets it fly. That would have won it had it gone in, and it sails wide.